Hello, everyone. This is the Free American Press with your host, AlexanderHorat. And today I'm here to report on some pretty big news that has happened. So, Texas has become the first state to buy Bitcoin for a strategic reserve. So, we saw some states open up like state depositories for gold and silver, but this is the first time we see a state setting up a strategic reserve with Bitcoin. So, I'm going to share the screen to show you the article where I found this information from. It says on November 20th, Texas became the first U.S. state to buy Bitcoin for a strategic reserve, acquiring 5 million at roughly $87,000 per Bitcoin, according to Lee Baksher, president of the Texas Blockchain Council. So, in my opinion, if other states, so this is a relatively small purchase at $5 million. Like it's a lot of money, but it's really not that big of a buy. But if we see other states start having strategic reserves of Bitcoin, and states buying more and more Bitcoin, that could raise the price of Bitcoin as a financial asset. And we have seen, so a big question is, has the United States bought Bitcoin as a strategic asset? And the answer is no. And I believe the United States government is the people who actually made Bitcoin. I think the US government is Satoshi Nakamoto, but at least according to how the US government gets Bitcoin. It says the government acquires Bitcoin and other digital assets through asset forfeiture as a result of criminal investigations such as money laundering and fraud. So it says the Department of Justice recently seized over $14 billion in Bitcoin from a single case, the largest forfeiture in the department's history. So that is pretty huge. It says the U.S. government is a major holder of Bitcoin, estimated to have about 198,000 Bitcoin as of August 2025. So the United States is already a huge owner of Bitcoin. They're just not buying it. They're basically just stealing it or whatever criminal case this is. I don't know exactly the reason why they took all this Bitcoin away, but it still shows that the United States has a huge position in Bitcoin. In any case, they just don't buy it. And have central banks been buying Bitcoin? So central banks have not been buying Bitcoin, but there has been recently in November 2025, the Czech Republic bought about $1 million in Bitcoin and other digital assets to test their potential and gain operational experience. So I really think Bitcoin is definitely going to go up if we see governments and central banks buying it as a reserve asset. As same with different states. Like Texas is one of the biggest economies in the world, so that will definitely make the Bitcoin price go up if more people are buying it. I'm going to share the screen again to show you all the price of Bitcoin today, so you can all see kind of the effects of what happened. So Bitcoin is $87,615 today. So it's going up a little bit. Uh, in the last 5 days, it's kind of been on an upward trend, but it has been down for the month, been going down significantly. So we're going to see how low Bitcoin will go. But I definitely think it'll go up again, most likely, especially with these governments buying it. That will just make the price go higher. So I just would like to thank you all for watching this video. Please share it with your friends. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. That would be great. And I would just like to thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.